What's up guys, welcome to another Scratch tutorial. Today we are continuing our series on how to make a submarine simulator in Scratch. Today we are looking at how to add this cool water effect and subcoding for the sharks. As you can see, there's some water trailing behind us from our submarine and the sharks are moving from right to left. So this is what we are going to be making today. So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are from last time. So in order to make this cool water effect, we will have to create a new a new sprite. Let's call this sprite water. And I'm going to pull up a costume from my backpack. It's just a dot and it has I filled it with the outline. With this type of outline, the outer outline is blank, and then the inside is this bluish color. So first, let's do a when green flag clicked. Want to make sure we hide our sprite and do a when I receive play game. When I receive play game, we want to forever create a clone of myself. And let's drag in a when I start as a clone. We are going to make sure it goes to the player. So we want to get a go to XY. Oh wait, and one thing you need to make sure about this costume here is that we have to drag our player costume in here and make sure let's just copy this and you have to paste this over here, and we want our water to be right behind our player like this. So that's how your costume should look like, and you can just delete the submarine. So it should look like this over there. When I start the clone, go to XY. We're going to go to sensing, get this block called backdrop of stage. We're going to change the stage to player. I'm going to go to the X position of player and the Y position. So it's basically going to the player. And make sure I'm going to go to front so you can see it. Oh yeah, it's not showing. Okay, so it's actually like this. It's on the player. So what we need to do is make sure it goes behind the player, kind of. And we need to put a forever loop around this. Okay. So in order to make this go behind the player a little bit, let's see how behind we need to make it be. So we can move around, and actually I'm going to take this out and put it in show for testing. So look like that. So how do we make this behind? Well, what we need to do is get a point in direction block. And we're going to get the same block, backdrop of stage, change this to player, and change this to direction. So if you play it now, it's always behind the player. So now we want our water effect. So over here, we're going to get a weight block, and we're going to weight a random value between 0.0 seconds to 3.0 seconds. And then we'll put a delete this clone. So if we play it now, we have our cool water effect. And you can change these values really. I'm going to make it 2.5, 2.0. So you can change those values if you want. It's just how long you want the water effect to keep on going. And let's just hide it for now because we're done with testing. So put hide. And when I start the clone, we will show. Now we have our cool water effect stuff. And actually, I'm going to duplicate this. Make sure to get that delete this clone out. And put this over here. So we have a short delay between our waters. And I'm going to change it to 1.0. Or you can just basically get rid of that. Because you don't really need to put a weight if you don't want to. But you can do that if you want. I'm not going to do it. So now let's get our sharks done. Let's name this sprite Sharks. And I'm going to pull up a shark from a backpack. And just make it bigger. Like that. And we want to make sure it points toward -90 and click the point direction left to right. Set rotation style to left right. When the green flag is clicked, we're going to set our rotation style to left right, and we are going to point in direction -90. Next we are going to hide, and then we are going to forever create a clone of myself. And we'll put a short delay. We'll do a random one. It's going to be 1 to 2 seconds. Actually 3. After that, we need to make sure this is do a when I receive play game. Okay, next go to control, get a when I start the clone. And when I start the clone, we are going to show. And we want our sharks to go from the left of the screen to the right of the screen. I mean the right of the screen to the left of the screen. So we will get a go to XY. We will go to X 240, Y a random value from -180 to 180, and we want to get a repeat until loop. Repeat until our X position is equal to, let's say, about 200, like right here, which is -250. And we are going to put inside that a move 2 steps, and we are going to delete this clone. So as you can see, our sharks are spawning, and when they reach the edge of the screen, they disappear, which is exactly what we want. So we have sharks spawning. Our water effect is working perfectly. Now the next thing we want to do is shoot the sharks. Well, that is what we are going to do in the next tutorial, so we are not going to do it in this tutorial, but I will make the next tutorial very soon. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next Scratch tutorial. Peace out.